The protein in our weekly shop largely comes from farmed animals. Cows, sheep, pigs and chickens. But getting our protein this way has hidden costs. Livestock farming produces 15% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions, uses up a lot of land and other precious resources like water. Growing more and more feed crops like soya to satisfy our rising demand for meat is already causing deforestation and damaging our soils, wildlife and climate too. With an estimated 2 billion extra mouths to feed over the next 30 years, our traditional protein sources won't be able to keep up with demand, and neither will the planet. One answer could be to turn to a very different class of animal for help. Insects.
This is our new mealworm farm. We've been running it now for 6 months or so. We started with just 3 trays and we're in the breeding phase of just trying to scale the whole thing up.
Mealworms are the larval stage of the darkling beetle. These ones will become a high-protein source of food for the organic hens on this farm near Saxmundham.
I came here 9 years ago and I was new to poultry, and one of the things that struck me straight away was the fact that in order to feed our hens, I was really surprised to find we had to use Chinese soya, and I thought that can't be right. It can't be right that we have to import all the way from China soya to feed chickens. And so it's about making the farmer more sustainable and actually producing a high protein source here in the UK.
Insects are between 12 and 25 times more efficient than farm animals at converting their food into protein, and produce far fewer greenhouse gases. They also take up a lot less land than beef, for example.
It's just about having warehouse space to actually rack these trays up, and you can go as big as you want. You can have thousands and thousands of trays on the go. I haven't found a better system than using a tray at the moment, but I'm sure somebody will, and it'll be industrialised. And mealworms are great because they feed on waste. They feed on farm waste.
Their own waste is called frass and makes a very good fertiliser.
For every kilo of mealworms you produce 2 kilos of frass. So all the vegetable area here can be just powered by mealworm frass. So there's no waste.
Farming insects at scale is still in its infancy, but hundreds of millions of pounds is being invested around the world.
Welcome to Intera, an industry-leading tech-focused company who is transforming the future of feed and food by harnessing the nutritional power of insects.
Including in companies like Intera, who have a large insect farm in Canada, breeding black soldier flies for the fish, animal and pet food industries.
We care for each stage of their life cycle, yielding 1 million times growth in just a few weeks, from egg to grown larvae.
It's actually the largest production facility of black soldier fly larvae in the world. To give a perspective of size, you could probably fit about 2 jumbo jets in our facility.
Can you just tell us a bit more about the black soldier fly? Because I think probably a lot of people have never even heard of that insect.
They're a very unique insect in that mealworms take about 2 to 3 months to take through the process. Black soldier flies only take about 30 to 35 days. So it's a much quicker process. We take upcycled food waste that we divert from the landfills to our facility, and we feed the flies fruits and vegetables and wheat. The amount of water we use and the amount of land that we use to produce our protein is significantly less. I mean, it's in the 1% to 4% range that traditional protein sources use. So pigs, chickens, salmon, and beef.
Some people might have a problem with their meat coming out of insect farming, but even more might have a problem with being told that they humans themselves are going to be eating insects directly. I mean, do you have any thoughts on whether that's likely in the foreseeable future?
Yeah, I think it's very much so in the foreseeable future. I think that if you look at the Asian market, if you look at the South American market, they're already testing the waters, I would say. North America and Europe will be fast adapters. And so I think the future looks very, very bright for insect protein and human consumption down the line.
Are you eating insects yet?
I have. I have. I've eaten a few of them.
Not everyone will be so keen to add insects to their diets. But these hens here in Suffolk love them. And over time, insect protein will almost certainly need to play a bigger role in human diets too.